Last Monday, the president of the University of Missouri resigned in the face of growing protests over alleged racism on campus. I heard that Occidental College, they want that president today to step down. That is President Obama's school for a couple of years. On Wednesday, protesters created a black-only healing space. They asked white supporters to leave activist Jonetta Elzie. She tweeted, "Black-only healing space for the students to share, decompress, be vulnerable, and real." Victoria, my question to you is there you have any problem with that? A,
yes.
Or B, why?
Because it's racist.
It's racist.
Not racist.
What if you created equal spaces for any other?
Separate but equal. Since when do we have that? Plessy versus Ferguson? No, not.
Ani?
How are you allowed to tell
I don't think it's racist. I think it's hypocrisy at its finest. When these white students are trying to support you and raise awareness and you're essentially kicking them out, it's just you can't preach something that you can't follow.
A lot of times abusers don't want to or need to be in the space of someone who looks like the person that has abused them. So if these students really need a healing space where they can talk frankly and not offend anyone possibly, give them that moment. They're okay with that moment. Yeah, it may sound like hypocrisy, but you don't know what they needed to vent and what they needed to say.
But why do feel safe? Away from everyone else.
But I agree with Vanessa, the space for me, but how can we say space for me but not for thee?
Because,
that's my
Drew,
question.
those of us who are white people, we have a certain amount of privilege that we live with every day that African Americans don't. And I don't think it's a lot to ask in the middle of a Black Lives Matter protest to allow the black folks to have their own space, to take a step back and say, we don't have to be
I
in
think
every
I'm going to be
situation.
honest with you. I agree with you 100%. I find it distasteful. As a black man, I find it distasteful, and I'll tell you why. You cannot ask for equality. You cannot ask for fairness, and then at the same time, cordon off a place and say you guys can't come here. I don't like it. Hold on a second.
But they're saying give us this moment so we can
It's no
talk
different than give me this moment.
with
I
someone
want to drink
who
at this water
understands
fountain.
my experience. I may not be able. I love her to death.
It doesn't
but if
matter,
I don't
Vanessa.
feel like I can be frank in my experience because it may offend her, please just give me a
And
second.
I would totally
You know what?
respect
Do that in your car.
And what about
Don't do that in a public place.
What about a woman-only space? Is that okay?
No, it's not.
okay?
It is not okay.
What about a gay
It's not
only
okay
space?
for
From
black
the
people
audience.
to ask for inclusion and then segregate
I understand
themselves.
that it may be racist to not have the white people come to the thing, but these people are on a social media basically saying we're gonna kill the black people, so you never know who's gonna come into the healing and they might shoot you. You never know, so let it be black only.
No, those are students. I'm not buying that one. That one's too easy to say because then I could always say, well, you know, I thought the black guy was gonna attack me because he just looked threatening. I don't like it. If we want equality, if we want peace, then you fight for it and you include everybody. If Black lives matter, all lives matter.
But I'm glad we're having this dialogue. This is what we got to navigate, guys. I don't know where the answer is. I don't know where the right zone is. But other than the dialogue for right now is the right zone. I just don't. I told you in the green room. I don't know where we're going. That's what I want to know. We got to find it ourselves. We have to in conversations like this.